Welcome back to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. All week long, we've been focusing at this time in our show on Ground Zero in New York. 7 years after the 9/11 attacks, and there is still a gaping hole physically and emotionally, given the ongoing delays and problems in trying to rebuild at the site. The Freedom Tower plan, and here's the Port Authority's sketch, hasn't really gotten off the ground thanks to bureaucratic infighting, design flaws, engineering oversights, and what critics call misguided leadership. Last night, we brought you an alternative plan that is gaining momentum to rebuild the twin towers on the site, taller, stronger, and safer. Tonight, we want to bring you the perspective of true heroes, the families who made the greatest sacrifice and have since turned their own tragedy into an ongoing mission to never forget. Maureen and Al Santora lost their 23-year-old son, Christopher, in the towers on September 11th. Christopher was a firefighter with Engine Company 54. Thank you both for joining us. And first, tell us about your son, Christopher.
Well, my son was a history buff, and he would be very, very proud that this new plan was being considered. He would want the Twin Towers to be, rebuilt. And he loved sports. He loved all types of sports, basketball in particular. But he was a kid that was very proud to be a firefighter. It was his dream job, and we were very fortunate that our 23-year-old son had found his dream job, and unfortunately he did not live long enough to see the job and to be part of the fire, fighting establishment as he really wanted to be.
Al, I know that you're both familiar with the problems at Ground Zero. What do you make of the problems with the Freedom Tower, and what makes you think that Christopher would have wanted the Twin Towers to be rebuilt?
Well, I think that his feelings would have been that to build it the way it was, if not the way it was, better, bigger. That this would have been his idea, I'm sure, and the whole thing with the Freedom Tower and the whole perspective is what has happened with the worldwide competition, with everything that's gone wrong. This has just been a colossal screw-up, if you want to use that terminology. It seems like it's going nowhere. Here we are 7 years later. You go around the world, there's memorials and monuments and things to 9/11, and here we still have a hole in the ground.
Al, you first. So many first responders like your son died when they climbed into the towers. What about the argument from people who say, you know what, the towers, regardless of their status for America, they will always be a target for terrorists, and they're just therefore dangerous. No matter if they're safer, taller, stronger, they're always going to be dangerous. If you rebuild them, they're always going to be dangerous for people who might have to try rescues like firefighters. How do you respond to that argument?
Well, I think that when you look at any kind of situation, that's always going to be in the back of people's minds that, yes, it would be a target. But are we to just, shrivel up and go away and let the terrorists win? The idea of the idea of terrorism is so that people just do that, just go away and just kind of go into their shell. And I think if we put our best foot forward and show them that they haven't, and I think the American population has shown that we've come together stronger than we were before 9/11. I think that's an important part. And I think having a building or buildings that represent what freedom is all about, I think is the way to go, and show them that there's nothing they're going to do to bring us down.
Maureen, how important was standing tall and being proud of New York and its icons? How important was that to your family, and specifically to Christopher, your son, as a firefighter?
Well, Christopher was very proud to be an American. It was something that he vocalized, and he never allowed any friend or anybody he came in contact to bash America. He was very, very proud, and he was very, very patriotic at a time when it wasn't necessarily popular. He loved his country. He loved American history. He knew more about American history than most. And he would want to make sure that the terrorists knew that we were not going to take a back step, and we were not going to alter our vision He would want these towers to be built exactly the way they were. This new plan is exactly what our son would have wanted. He would have wanted 2 towers be put up. He would want the memories of the almost 3,000 individuals to be memorialized, and he would want to make sure that everybody in the world knew that we had not succumbed to the terrorists, that we were standing up tall, that we were very proud to be who we were proud of our country, and this is what he would really want. This is what he would really want.
Well, Maureen and Al, thank you so much for coming on and expressing your views on behalf of all of us. Because of your words, we're going to stay on this story and talk to people at the site and find out how your views can be taken into consideration, and we'll have more on that tomorrow night. But thank you so much, and we appreciate you coming on.
We thank you also. Thank you
very much.